G'day everyone and welcome to Self Reliance Australia. So I haven't done a whole lot this weekend, but I thought I'd put a quick video out. The weather outside is pretty feral, the wind is blowing a gale, a bit of rain coming through, it feels like ice falling down as well. So look, I wasn't planning on doing anything outside, and that was until the power went out. And because it is cold, we have the fire going, but I also need to have water running, just so the toilets and taps can work. So I've had to come up to the shed anyway to get the generator. And I think that's all part of being self-reliant, isn't it? Like, it's about having those backup plans, because like I know we put in a split system for the heating of the house, a couple of years ago, and that's been working great. But unfortunately, when power goes out, that also stops. So the house can get very cold very quickly, especially when the wind comes through. The wind can just sort of suck the air off all the heat out of the house, and you can actually feel it just disappear as the wind blows through it. So I do have to come up to the shed. I'm up here now, have to get the generator. But the other thing I need to do is also sort out some kindling for the fire. So that's the setup I generally use. I put my axe, that's just an old one that's been broken. I need to replace that handle. I do have a handle to replace it with. I just haven't got to putting it on yet. So because it's a short handle, it's easy to work with. I'll put that there, and then I put the wood on top and beat it down with a timber mallet, as opposed to trying to split thin pieces of wood with either my little hatchet or an axe. It just saves these little fingers, little digits at the end of the ends of my hands. So look, that's what I'll do, and I'll do up a box of some old wood that I've got. Mostly pine, which burns really nicely when you're starting a fire. So there we go, all done. Well, for what I want to do today anyway. That's all I really need. I'll just get a box. I don't just do a box at a time. Come up, fill it up. I do find that if I have more than that lying around, people will start to use this to keep the fire going, as opposed to getting the fire started. I tend to use that on the bottom and build up and use some red gum, which is a nice thick heavy wood, but burns really nicely, burns nice and clean, but also puts out a lot of heat. So with the weather being feral outside, you can see it's pretty bad. The wind's blowing a gale there. I'm looking, I've turned the volume down, so like I know you can hear that wind, but I've turned it down like halfway, because before it was very, very loud. I just wanted to leave some in the background so you get a sort of an understanding of what it's like. It almost sounds like a jet engine, blasting past the house most of the day. But it's just not safe, to be honest, being out there. We've had a fair bit of rain, which loosens the soil up around the tree roots, and those big trees come down pretty quick when the winds pick up like that, and that's probably the main cause of the power going out earlier in the day. But one of the things I am looking at today, staying indoors, is looking at the finances. So it's nearly tax time, so it's a good time to sit down and just reassess where the money goes, what the expenses are, and all that sort of thing, what comes in, what comes out. And look, it's probably one of those things that people don't talk a lot about when you talk about being self-reliant, but look, it's really important. The more control you have over the finances, the less stress you can actually have in your life. And so that's pretty much where I'm spending today. It may not be as fun, as sexy as building something outside, but it still needs to be done. Just a short video today. If you've liked it, please give it the big thumbs up. And thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, if those that have. Until next time, thanks for watching.